Josh Green here for Tungsten Tales. Delighted to be joined by Danny Baggish. We finally got there. We finally got the times to meet up, and I've got you here. How you doing, Danny? You doing well?
Yeah, I'm doing well, man. I appreciate you having me again.
My pleasure. My pleasure. As I was just saying off camera, a very busy time for yourself. A very busy time for lots of darts players. You've got the World Cup coming up. Got the Pro Tours, of course, as well, and we've just had the US Masters. What's it like being so busy at the moment?
Oh, seems like it's nonstop. It just keeps going and going, but that's what I signed up for. So I'm at a good place with my game, with my mind, with life. So I'm having fun again, and can't wait.
You feel like the game's in a really good place at the moment because there was a couple of months where you weren't really finding the form, but I think we're starting to see that again. We're starting to see the Danny Baggish that was winning games on the World Championship stage, that was really pushing in the Pro Tours.
Yeah, there was just a lot going on. I'm not a person to make excuses, but life gets involved, and I have kids, I have a family, and yeah, it was just when you're not winning games and you're missing your family, your friends back home, everything starts to weigh in on you. So came back, had a little bit of a break, approaching a different mindset, approaching it differently, and just like before, like the World Championships and other matches. So I'm gonna be all right. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be a great showing this last few months, and then we'll see what happens after that.
Hmm. We'll start with the US Masters as such. Obviously, a final there for yourself in the North American Championship. Didn't quite happen in the US Masters itself, but I'm sure plenty of positives to take from that weekend as a whole.
Yeah, what a fun time, Madison Square Garden. I still go back and watch my matches. The crowd was unbelievable. The match against Peter was just our B and C games really, but had a dart there to 108, I believe, to 104 to make it 5-5 with the throw. I have a feeling if that goes, then we might have a different result. But North American Championship was a success. Leonard outplayed me there, and positive things though. It's all looking forward. It's all looking up, and I'm ready to go.
It does seem like the week as a whole was a massive success. You see people on social media raving about the week as a whole and being very positive. It's good to see that the North American players are getting that spotlight now, and they're really able to show off that they've got the game up there with the pros.
Yeah, I've said it the past year or two that I believe sooner or later we're going to have no less than 4 Americans on the PDC tour. I think they're that good enough. We're that good enough, and it's just a matter of time before we start really showing it. And it'll come. It'll come. We got the stage experience. We're getting that every year with the World Championships. Now the Master World Series events, and there's nothing but positives going to end up coming from this.
There's always questions about crowds when you go to new venues. What are they going to be like? Are they going to turn out in numbers? But the crowds at MSG last weekend were absolutely fantastic. Do you think the PDC will be going back there, maybe not even just next year, but possibly for more events in the future?
Well, they actually just announced that they are coming back next year. So that's a plus. And I tell you what, Josh, I've never heard a crowd so loud. I've played on Ali Pali. I've played at the Euro Tour, and maybe because it's got like that circus tavern feel, like John Part said, like a couple thousand people, but it's compacted and the noise echoes, and it was unbelievable. I had to take a step back against Peters because it was so deafening in there.
And just for Leonard, from his success in that North American Championship, you know what the success can do. We saw you win a couple of games at Ali Pali. We've seen you get a tour card and really push on from there. Do you feel like it could be a similar story for Leonard?
I think it is going to be a similar story. I think it is. Just as long as he just sharpens up on his outs and so forth. He's an unbelievable player, and he's been my doubles partner for 10, 15 years, it seems like. And yeah, I think he's going to go into Ali Pali, and if he gets there's not good draws, but if he gets a decent draw to where he can feel comfortable and go on from there, he can make a run. And then I see him getting his tour card next year in Germany.
100%. Talking of doubles players and doubles teams, you're going to be with Jules van Dongen down in Germany in just a few days' time, ready for the World Cup of Darts. How much are you looking forward to that experience and playing and representing your country?
I love it. I love it. If you haven't noticed, I love the spotlight. So it's gonna be great. Jules has a lot of energy. We've played doubles before in the States, and we play well together, and we're gonna feed off each other. I think we wanted to draw the Netherlands first, but we got Poland, tricky section there, and we'll see what happens.
You both seem to have a real energy up on stage. You enjoy the crowd, and that's something I think that comes out even more when representing your country, because you've got the pride of having the US flag on your chest and you're representing darts in the US, really.
Yeah, it's going to come out a lot. I know it is. It's going to be fun. But I think just naturally we just have that energy in everything we do, and darts is just a plus for us, and to be able to do it in front of that crowd in Germany, which I loved it there, and I think a lot of my fans are from there as well. So I can't wait. I can't wait to be in front of them and hopefully put on a show.
Jules is another player from the US that's got a really interesting story. Obviously, not playing darts for a particularly long time. When was the first time you sort of maybe even played or even heard about what Jules was doing on the CDC circuit and on the US circuit?
Wow. Maybe a year and a half ago, maybe even a year ago. I started hearing his name and seeing his name, and I was like, I've never really heard of him, to be honest. And I got the story behind him. Then I started to watch him play, and I was like, oh, this guy's good. So I actually reached out to him. There was a tournament in Virginia, and I was like, hey, I'm going to this place. Do you want to go? And he's like, yeah, of course. Let's go. Let's play. And we won both the doubles events. And watching him play live was unbelievable. His scoring, I think the thing that impressed me the most was his finishing. It seemed like every time he had one or two darts in hand for a double, he was hitting it every time. That's a strong attribute about him. And so I can't wait to show it out this coming week.
Yeah, and you say you've played doubles with Jules before. There'll be a few pairs, I'm sure, that haven't played doubles with each other before, and some that maybe haven't played since last year's World Cup. Do you think it's a slight advantage and a positive for you guys that you've played doubles before together?
Yeah, because we're used to that kind of that pace. That instead of waiting 3 darts getting toe in the line, it's waiting 9 darts and then toe in the line. So it's a different aspect. It's a different animal. I think that's where we're going to shine the most is in the doubles. Now, I don't know if I heard something about changing the format of the World Cup. So I'm actually looking into that today. I don't know if that was this year or next year, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, don't quote me on it, but I think it's first 2 rounds are doubles, and then it goes into singles after that. But I think anything, and I think I'd like to think lots of the players would agree that the more doubles we get to see, the better, because that's where the real drama is produced at the World Cup.
Yes, 100%. That's where you see a lot of upsets. That's where we see a lot of tension, a lot of fist pumping and excitement as well. So, yeah, let's see what happens. See how it goes this year. Maybe they change it next year to all doubles.
It'd be nice, wouldn't it? It would be nice. For yourself, obviously, you've got 6 months ish left of your current 2-year tour card. For you, there's still a little bit of ground to make up to know that you've got another couple of years. Is that just really the focus for you now, making sure that you're in a position to have a few more years on the PDC tour?
No, not really. I'm just going to go out and do my best. And if I, pull off this miracle of keeping my tour card, great. If not, we take a step back, and I know what to expect now. There's the first 2 years was tough. It was hard, travel and darts and competition and being away and so forth. But you know what to expect. You know how to pace yourself next time if you give it a go. So that has a lot to do with our decision for next year if we want to go to Q school or not. So just gonna finish off this year, see what happens, and then see what happens in the discussion on coming back.
And obviously, there's so many more options. No, the options are probably the same they were 2 years ago, but with the scene being so strong over in the US, there are the options to play over there, and you can still make decent money over there playing and plying your trade in the US.
Yeah, and that's what I did for a long time, and then still able to qualify for the World Cup, still able to qualify for the World Championships. This darts is in a good spot. It's in a very good spot over here in the States. So I'm looking forward to what the following years comes and what it brings.
Oh, perfect. Well, thank you very much for your time. I know you're a busy man at the moment, Danny, but we look forward to seeing you at the World Cup in a few days' time and on those Pro Tours as well.
I appreciate it, Josh. Thanks for having me, bud.